Imagine holding in your hands a small piece of silver, minted more than a century ago. A coin that countless everyday people once used to buy bread, milk, or even a newspaper on the corner streets of New Orleans. Now, imagine that exact same coin surviving the storms of time, the Great Depression, the wars, the shifting economy, only to resurface today as a treasure so rare, so breathtaking, and so shockingly valuable that collectors around the world are locked in bidding wars just to touch it. Yes, my friends, today you and I are about to step inside the hidden world of ultra-rare Barber quarters and half dollars, coins that may look ordinary at first glance. But in reality, they hold secrets worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay with me, because what you are about to see could very well be the coin that makes someone rich overnight. This is not myth. This is not fantasy. This is true coin value. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will never look at pocket change, old collections, or your grandparents' coin jar the same way again. Let's begin with our very first legend, a $quarter that has set fire to the auction market. Coin number 1. The year is 1908. The location is New Orleans, Louisiana. A mint that had been striking coins since the mid-1800s was in its final years of operation. Among the many coins that came out of those historic presses, there was one design that would go down in history, the Barber quarter. But not just any Barber quarter. The one we're talking about today is the 1908 Barber quarter with the O mint mark. This small O, stamped just below the eagle on the reverse, doesn't just tell you where it was struck, it tells you that you are holding one of the scarcest survivors from the twilight of the New Orleans Mint. The Barber quarter, designed by Charles E. Barber, was part of American coinage from 1892 to 1916. It carried with it a sense of classical beauty, with Lady Liberty facing right on the obverse, a wreath crown upon her head, and dignity in every line of the engraving. The reverse carried the proud American eagle, wings spread wide, arrows and olive branch clutched in its talons. The coin was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it that rich, warm tone that collectors adore. But here's the twist. The 1908 with O was not just another silver quarter. It came out in limited numbers, and so many were used in everyday commerce that finding one in very fine condition with a natural brown shade is nothing short of miraculous. What makes this coin stand out from others is not only its mint mark, but also the extraordinary color tone that develops after more than a century. The brown shading across its silver surface tells a story of a coin that has traveled through hands, through pockets, through decades, only to settle into a collector's vault. This patina isn't damage. It's beauty. It is proof of age. It's what collectors dream of, authentic, untouched, a survivor that radiates history. Now, here is where it gets jaw-dropping. The 1908 with O Barber quarter is rare in any grade, but in very fine condition, with its features still bold and details still crisp. That's where the magic happens. Fewer and fewer examples exist today that have survived with this much eye appeal. Collectors worldwide know the truth. Every year, the number of available coins shrinks. Some are locked away in permanent collections, never to be seen again. Others are guarded by families who will never part with them. That leaves only a tiny fraction ever making it to public auction. And when they do, the prices skyrocket. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the current market value of this incredible coin. Get ready, because this is not just pocket change. This is not just another collectible. This is nothing less than a treasure. The 1908 with O Barber quarter, in very fine condition with that magnificent brown shade, has been valued in today's auction market at a staggering $143,000. Yes, you heard that right, $143,000. That is a life-changing figure. That is the kind of money that turns an old coin into a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot. And here's the shocking truth. This price isn't standing still. The market for rare Barber coins is surging. The demand is rising every single year. Collectors are hungry, and prices like this are only going higher. If you had this coin in your pocket today, you wouldn't just be holding silver, you'd be holding a fortune. So what does this mean for you, the collector, the treasure hunter, the dreamer? It means you should never underestimate the coins sitting in old albums, shoeboxes, or collections handed down through generations. Always look for that O mint mark beneath the eagle's tail. Always check the condition, and always study the subtle tones that signal originality. And remember, authenticity is everything. These coins are graded, verified, and tracked through professional auction houses. If you are serious about collecting, do your homework. Watch the markets closely, and never let an opportunity slip by when a coin of this caliber comes up for sale. The 1908 with O Barber quarter is not just a coin, it's a legacy. It's a piece of New Orleans history, a silver artifact of America's past, and a modern treasure of immense value. To hold one is to hold time itself, and to own one is to own wealth beyond imagination. And this, my friends, is only the beginning. Because the Barber series hides many more secrets, rarities that are climbing even higher in value, rarities that could set your future ablaze if you're lucky enough to find them. So stay right here, because the next coin we are about to uncover will make your jaw drop even further. This is True Coin Value, your most trusted source for daily, faithful, and accurate updates in the world of rare coins. Let's move forward to the next treasure on our list. Next coin number 2. If you thought the 1908 with O Barber quarter was extraordinary, then get ready, because what I'm about to reveal next isn't just a coin, it's a silver giant of history. Bigger, bolder, and even more sought after, this treasure takes us straight back into the first decade of the 20th century. Our next legendary rarity is none other than the 1907 Barber $half with the O mint mark. A coin that doesn't just capture collectors' attention, it commands it. The Barber $half, also designed by Charles E. Barber, entered circulation in 1992 alongside its quarter and dime siblings. By 1907, the design was already a staple of American currency. Lady Liberty graced the obverse, crowned with laurel leaves, bold and elegant, while the reverse showed the American eagle, arrows in one claw, olive branch in the other, a symbol of power and peace. This $half was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing nearly 12.5 grams, making it much larger and heavier than the quarter. Back in the day, it was used for significant transactions. But the ones minted in New Orleans carried something different, a rarity, a distinct mark, and now an unbelievable demand. What makes the 1907 with O Barber $half stand out is not just its silver content or its size, it is the incredible condition in which some have survived. The coin we are focusing on today is in beautifully clear condition, with every detail of Liberty's face, every feather of the eagle, and every tiny star still crisp and visible. That is almost unheard of. Why? Because these $half circulated heavily. People used them day after day, passing them across saloon counters, shops, and banks. Finding one in such sharp, clean condition today is like discovering a time capsule untouched by the wear of history. Now let's talk about rarity. The 1907 with O $half wasn't minted in huge numbers to begin with, and most of those that were struck have been lost, worn down, or melted over the past 116 years. Collectors know this coin as one of the shining stars of the Barber half-dollar series. When a high-grade example shows up, it doesn't just get attention, it ignites a battle. Collectors fight for it. Dealers chase it. Auctioneers spotlight it. Because everyone knows, only a handful of these treasures exist in the world in this remarkable state. And when rarity collides with beauty, the price can only go one direction up. So how much is this silver masterpiece worth today? Brace yourself. The 1907 with Barber half-dollar, in its clear, beautiful, rare condition, has reached a current market value of an astonishing $168,000. Yes, you heard me correctly, $168,000. A single coin, once worth just 50 cents, now valued at a fortune. This isn't just a collectible, it's a treasure chest locked into a single disc of silver. And let me assure you, the figure I am telling you right now is absolutely current. These are not inflated numbers. This is what collectors are actually paying in today's auction market. And the demand, it is only climbing. The more people discover the beauty of Barber halves, the fewer coins remain available, and the value just keeps rising. We're talking about wealth you can hold in your hand. We are talking about a silver half-dollar that could change someone's financial future overnight. And yes, it is no less than a big treasure. So what should collectors, beginners, or even casual treasure hunters take away from this? Pay attention to mint marks, especially that small O on the back of Barber coins. Study the condition, because clarity and detail make all the difference. And most importantly, stay alert. Coins like the 1907 with O half-dollar are becoming rarer by the year, and when one surfaces, hesitation could cost you the chance of a lifetime. Professional grading is essential here. Always ensure authenticity, and if you are lucky enough to find one, protect it like the treasure it is. This is not just silver, this is wealth, history, and legacy in one. The 1907 with Barber half-dollar is a coin of power, beauty, and fortune. It tells the story of America at the turn of the century, and now shines as one of the greatest prizes in modern coin collecting. Holding this coin is like holding a miracle, because in today's market, it isn't just 50 cents. It's a legacy worth $168,000 and climbing higher every year. And believe me, my friends, we are only halfway through our treasure map. The coins yet to come may shock you even more. Stay tuned, because the third coin on our list has a story that will make your jaw drop. Next coin, number 3. We've already uncovered coins worth over $100,000 each. But now, prepare yourself for something even more astonishing. Our journey takes us deeper into the Barber half-dollar series, back to the 19th century, when America was still shaping its identity, and the silver that flowed out of New Orleans was destined to become legendary. The next treasure on our list? The 1893 Barber half-dollar with the O mint mark. And trust me, this is not just a coin. This is a masterpiece of rarity, and it has stunned collectors at auctions across the country. The year 1983 was a turning point in American history. The country had just gone through the Panic of 1993, one of the most devastating financial crises of the 19th century. Banks collapsed, businesses failed, and unemployment soared. Against this backdrop, the New Orleans Mint struck a modest number of Barber half-dollars. Designed by Charles E. Barber, the coin followed his now iconic style: Lady Liberty, facing right with laurel crown, and In God We Trust proudly above, while the reverse displayed the bold American eagle, symbolic of strength in a fragile economy. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, each half-dollar carried intrinsic value even in troubled times. But survival into the modern era, especially in top condition, is almost a miracle. What makes the 1893 with Barber $half so breathtaking is not just its age, but its extra fine condition. Think about this. A coin struck more than 130 years ago, used in daily commerce during one of the toughest economic downturns in the United States. History, and yet somehow it survived with crisp details, bold lines, and a surface that tells its story without being worn into oblivion. Every line of Liberty's face still shines. The laurel leaves are still visible. The eagle on the reverse still spreads its wings proudly. This isn't just survival, it's preservation. And that's what collectors crave, a coin that doesn't just exist, but thrives against the odds. Now let's talk about rarity. The 1893 with half had a limited mintage compared to other years, and most of those coins were heavily circulated. By the early 20th century, many had been melted down or worn flat. To find one in extra fine condition today is beyond rare. It is like finding a diamond buried under sand. Collectors know that Barber halves from the New Orleans Mint are highly sought after, but the 1893 with is in a class of its own. It's the kind of coin that doesn't just show up in dealer cases, it makes headlines when it enters an auction. And when it does, collectors bring everything they have got to fight for it. So what is this treasure truly worth today? Brace yourself. The 1893 with Barber $half in extra fine condition is currently valued in the auction market at a jaw-dropping $216,000. Yes, $216,000. Imagine that. A single $half worth 50 cents when it was struck, now commanding a price that could change lives. This isn't hype. This isn't fantasy. This is the absolute current market value, verified, trusted, and very real. And here's the shocking truth. This value is climbing year after year. Collectors are hungry. Auction prices are rising. And the more time passes, the fewer coins remain available. This isn't just a coin, it's a treasure chest disguised as silver. So what can you, the dedicated collector or treasure hunter, take away from this? First, always watch for the mint mark on Barber halves. Second, study the grading scale carefully, because condition changes everything. An extra fine 1993 with isn't just rare, it is nearly unmatched. If you stumble upon one, treat it like gold. Get it professionally graded. Protect it in airtight holders. And if you have the chance to acquire one, don't hesitate, because opportunities like this don't come twice in a lifetime. The 1993 with Barber $half isn't just an artifact, it's a crown jewel of American numismatics. It carries the scars of history, the weight of silver, and the prestige of rarity. And today it stands as a fortune worth $216,000, a value that keeps climbing as time goes on. Owning one isn't just owning a coin, it's owning a legacy. It's owning wealth disguised as history. It's owning a treasure that will only shine brighter with time. And believe me, my friends, the story isn't over yet. Because the next coin on our list will shake you even more. It is rarer, it is dazzling, and it has collectors chasing it like hunters after a legendary prize. You are watching True Coin Value, the channel that brings you faithful daily updates straight from the heart of the coin market. Stay tuned, because the treasures keep getting bigger. Next coin, number 4. We've already seen coins worth well into 6 figures, but now get ready for another jaw-dropping discovery. This next treasure is a coin that collectors whisper about with awe. It's not just silver, it's not just a relic, it's a survivor from the early 1900s, preserved against all odds. Our fourth rarity is the 1902 Barber half dollar with the O mint mark. And believe me, once you understand what makes this coin so special, you will see why it is one of the most talked about treasures in the Barber series. The year 1902, America was charging forward into a new century. Theodore Roosevelt was president. The country was booming with innovation, and New Orleans remained one of the most important minting centers in the South. Out of those presses came the Barber half dollar, designed by Charles E. Barber. It followed the classical style. Liberty's strong profile on the obverse, crowned with laurel, and the proud American eagle on the reverse, wings spread wide. This coin was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both durability and lasting beauty. Each coin weighed 12.5 grams of solid silver, worth 50 cents at the time, but worth a literal treasure today. What makes the 1902 with O Barber half dollar stand out is its brown shade with natural toning. Over more than 120 years, the silver has developed a soft, warm hue, proof of authenticity, proof of age, proof that it has survived untouched through generations. And here's what collectors know: toning is not damage. In fact, this rich brown shading adds to the allure. It shows originality. It shows that the coin has not been stripped or altered. Combine that with the coin's very good condition, where Liberty's features are still visible, the eagle remains strong, and the legends are clear, and you have something extraordinary. This isn't just a $1/2, it's a piece of American art preserved in nature's patina. Now let's talk about how rare this treasure really is. The New Orleans Mint didn't strike massive numbers of Barber halves in 1902, and most of those that entered circulation were worn down to nothing. Half dollars were heavily used in daily commerce, passed through hands, counters, and tills until almost all detail was gone. That's why finding one today in very good condition, with original toning still intact, is like uncovering buried treasure. Collectors know how scarce these are, and when one enters the auction market, it lights up like a beacon. This is the kind of coin that serious collectors chase relentlessly, because opportunities to own it are so incredibly rare. So what is this hidden treasure really worth? Prepare yourself. The 1902 with O Barber half dollar, in its very good condition with stunning brown toning, has reached a current market value of an unbelievable $172,000. Yes, $172,000. This is not just another collectible, it is, without question, a treasure chest in your hand. And let me be absolutely clear, this is today's real, current market price. This is what collectors are paying right now in today's auction houses. And here's the most thrilling part: the value is rising. Every year demand grows stronger, supply grows smaller, and these coins climb higher on the ladder of wealth. If you were to hold this coin today, you wouldn't just be holding silver, you'd be holding a fortune, a legacy, a piece of history that grows richer with time. So what should you be looking for? Pay close attention to toning. That natural brown shade is a collector's dream when paired with authenticity. Look for the O mint mark on the reverse, just beneath the eagle's tail feathers. And remember, even coins in very good condition can command staggering prices if rarity and originality are there. Always rely on professional grading and authentication before you buy or sell. And if you ever come across a 1902 with O, treat it as the treasure it truly is. The 1902 with O Barber half dollar is more than silver. It's a relic of American history, a survivor of time, and a treasure that today commands $172,000 and climbing. It's proof that even a coin once used for everyday purchases can transform into a fortune. It's proof that treasure hunting is not fiction, it's real. It's happening, and it's happening now. And my friends, the journey doesn't end here, because the next coin on our list is even more astonishing. What I'm about to reveal will take your breath away and prove once again why the Barber series is one of the most powerful forces in the world of rare coin collecting. You are watching True Coin Value, your trusted, faithful, and daily source of rare coin discoveries, where every update brings you closer to treasure. Stay with me, because the final coin is coming up next, and it is unforgettable. Next coin number 5. We've traveled through history together, uncovering treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But now, it is time for the grand finale, the 5th and final coin on our journey. And believe me when I say, this last treasure will seal the truth in your mind forever that Barber coins are not just relics, they are life-changing fortunes hidden in plain sight. Our final gem is the 1906 Barber $half with the O mint mark. And its story is nothing short of breathtaking. The year 1906, America was booming. The San Francisco earthquake shook the West Coast. The Wright brothers had already changed human history with flight and the United States. Mint in New Orleans was in its final decade of operation. From its presses came the Barber $half, struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing in at 12.5 grams of solid silver. Charles E. Barber's classical design remained unchanged, but the coins from New Orleans carried a unique legacy. With the O mint mark, they bore witness to a city rich in culture, history, and commerce. But few survived into the present in conditions collectors dream of. Now, what makes the 1906 with O Barber $half so spectacular is its very clear condition with natural brown spotting. Look closely at one of these coins and you will see something mesmerizing. The details of Liberty's face, sharp and defined, the eagle's wings full of life, the stars still crisp around the rim. And then there are those brown spots. To an untrained eye, they might look like blemishes. But to collectors, they are evidence of authenticity, signs of natural toning that have formed over more than a century. They tell a story of survival, untouched by harsh cleaning or artificial alteration. In fact, those spots give this coin its own personality, its own fingerprint in history. Make no mistake, the 1906 with O Barber half is a rare bird. Many of its brothers and sisters were worn into oblivion in daily commerce. Others were melted down when silver was repurposed. To find one today in such clear condition, with details intact and toning present, is like stumbling upon a lost treasure chest. Collectors around the world know this. That's why when a 1906 with O of this caliber enters the auction block, bidding wars ignite. Dealers battle, collectors push their limits, and everyone knows the truth. This is no ordinary coin. It's a chance at owning history, wealth, and legacy in one single piece. So let's reveal the treasure value of this masterpiece. The 1906 with O Barber $half with its brown spots and very clear condition currently commands a jaw-dropping $158,000 in today's auction market. Yes, $158,000. A coin struck for 50 cents more than 117 years ago, now a six-figure fortune. And let me be absolutely direct with you, this is not fiction. This is the absolute current value. These are the real prices being paid today. And here's the thrilling part. This value is not slowing down. Each year, prices climb higher. Collectors are desperate, supply is shrinking, and demand is rising like never before. Owning this coin today isn't just owning a piece of silver, it's owning a future treasure chest that only grows more valuable with time. So what should collectors be learning from this? First, Never overlook toning or spotting. What looks like a flaw may in fact be proof of authenticity and originality. Second, always check for that all-important O mint mark. The New Orleans coins carry some of the strongest collector demand in the Barber series. And third, protect, grade, and treasure these coins if you find them. They are more than collectibles. They are investments, treasures, and legacies rolled into one. The 1906 with O Barber $half is a fitting finale to our journey. It's bold, it's beautiful, and it's worth $158,000 today, rising higher every year. A coin that was once handed across counters for bread or supplies now shines as a six-figure prize, a genuine fortune that proves treasure hunting is very, very real. And now you've seen them all, the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Barber quarters and $half shaking today's auction markets. Each one is a reminder that wealth, legacy, and history can all be found in something as small as a coin. If you're new here, let me remind you, this is True Coin Value, your most trusted, faithful, and daily source of rare coin discoveries and current market updates. So, if you enjoyed this treasure hunt, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with fellow collectors, because tomorrow we will be back with more secrets, more discoveries, and maybe the next life-changing treasure hiding in plain sight.